Is good, guys. Welcome. Happy Friday, TGIF. How are we doing? It's the end of the week. We get some breaks. We don't have to trade. We get a relaxing weekend ahead of us, which I know some of us in here like screw the weekend. All I want to do is trade, right? But what's up, guys? Hopping in here. How are we doing? What's up, Scarlett? What's up? So, first off, right, I'm gonna let kind of Scarlett talk about her week, talk about her day. So, go ahead and kind of talk about how you felt this week, how you felt today, and then any other pointers and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of talk about today, why it was kind of difficult for us, why I made the decisions I did, and all that good stuff. And then we're gonna announce Trader of the Month, which will get a free month in a Discord as well. And then obviously we'll wrap things up and then have a good weekend ahead of us, and let's get next week into another crazy week. All right, guys. So Scarlett, the floor is yours, and go ahead and take it away.
Hey guys, this week was a good week for me. I was green most of almost every day, except for the day where I lost my funded account. And if you guys were here yesterday during lessons, you heard my story. I was green today. I'm $300 short of reaching my target profit for two evaluation accounts. They're 25K accounts. So I'm super positive about that. I'm not feeling bitter about what happened yesterday anymore. It is what it is, and you got to learn lessons one way or another, and sometimes it has to be the hard way with me, I guess. I did a lot of journaling last night, so that really helped. I think sometimes, well, what came from my journaling was that I think sometimes I can have a very maybe short-sighted or narrow vision because I get too excited and I want things right away instead of focusing on, hey, long term, big vision. This is a slow build. It's a slow, painful build, but once you start, getting momentum and building, it's just going to snowball into something bigger. So I need to be patient, and that's kind of what I got from this week and all my experience. And yeah, it's gonna be a great week ahead too. So super positive, and I hope everybody had a good week.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, and I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys as well. I think this week was absolutely amazing. Obviously it sucks. At least I had to finish red on a Friday. I always tell you guys I hate finishing red on a Friday, but at the same time, Fridays aren't everything. Fridays aren't, like, oh my gosh, for Red Friday, it's the end of the world. As long as we're smart for the rest of the week or before like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? I did finish making $7,000 profit for the week, so I did make money. It's not like I was red money or lost money for the week. I did walk away green. I mean, the week before that I did make 20,000. This week I made 7,000, so about $27,000 in 2 weeks. But today kind of like I won't say it bit me in the ass, but I lost about 6.5K today, and I'll tell you guys kind of why I took that loss again. My biggest thing is my losses are still smaller than my winners, right? Yesterday I made 10.5K, today I lost 6K, so I'm still green even from yesterday. So it all is very, very important and crucial to make sure that we're mitigating our risk and mitigating our game plan, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk about the trades we took and why I decided to take longs, why I decided to take the positions that we did today. Okay, so if I go to a bigger time frame here, right, we can see that pre-market highs were all the way up here. And this candle wick, guys, right, this candle wick was obviously that 7:30 news this morning, right? Before that, we were kind of consolidating. This is pre-market lows here, right? We're just kind of consolidating before pre-market lows. And you can see that the market even this morning, or even, excuse me, today, never broke below pre-market lows. You can see it try to get below pre-market lows, but it never actually closed below pre-market lows. Okay, so then we swept below these lows, and then we started trading all the way back up, literally all the way up to pre-market highs. So this was the range of today. And obviously if we look at the day before, this range is not that big. And obviously if we look at the direction of today's market, it was a lot harder to trade, right? So when I would go to a smaller time from here, and I'm like, okay, cool, we have pre-market highs here, market opened right here. So this was the first candle, right? We obviously just dumped to the downside, right? We dumped to the downside right on market open, right? And then here's low of day right here. So here's low of open, and then here's high of open, right? And the next two candles, we absolutely just pushed super aggressively, right? I'm like, awesome, market's flying, I'm not going to jump into the gun. Let's truly wait for direction. Let's wait for something to happen, right? Now, very rarely we get straight chop like what happened this morning right off the rip, like right at 8:33. So pretty much 3 minutes after market open, we just got straight consolidation for I would say 30 minutes. So for 30 minutes, we traded sideways. Okay. And that's what got me this morning, right? The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, this price action's never happened, right? So again, my idea and my game plan was still on point, right? We had that really big push to the upside. We had that pullback. We never closed, right? We never closed below this low. You guys see we swept here and came right back up. And that's why I was saying, okay, here's that retracement and then that continuation targeting pre-market highs. So that's why I entered half size, right here. Okay, let me make this green. So my half size position for longs was right here, right? On this candle, right? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in full size on this break, right? Did I ever go in full size? Nope, never got full size, but still, right, we came right back up and then immediately it came right back down. And I'm like, okay, fine. My stop loss will be below candle low here. Okay. And again, right, got stopped out. Obviously, even trading 6 NQ contracts, that's a pretty large thing. I was down about 2.5, almost 3,000, just off of that one trade. Right there. Okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's figure it out. Let's wait for what's going to happen. You know, maybe that was just maybe a retracement to potentially go higher. Right. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Here's 50% of this candle, which maybe this might just still be some type of consolidation or some type of retracement. Let's see if we can continue pushing higher. Right. And then immediately what happened? I'm watching volume with the candle. I'm like, man, this is a massive buying candle. Man, buyers are really into this. This is going to break. It's going to break. Right? I'm like this trade. It's going to happen. Okay. So then again, same position. I went in half size, right? At longs right here to 24.70 and then full size 12 NQ contracts. Okay. At 24.705. All right. So boom, got ticked. I was in and I was up pretty nicely. I was up I would say about $1,000, nothing crazy. Right. And then I had to move my stop. Now my stop was not going to be all the way down here. My stop had to be right here. And I'll go ahead and make this red. All right, my stop had to be right there. Okay, and obviously we came all the way back down. I got stopped out, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, is this gonna wick like 4 times, right? And you guys saw this. This was just really just bad price action, right? I'm seeing that we're getting those buying pressure. I'm seeing that we're not falling all the way back down, right? Now, I guess my mistake would be, I wouldn't say cocky, or I would say I was a slightly impatient because what happened yesterday, what happened this whole week, guys? We had beautiful price action. We were just ripping, or tanking. We weren't going to be retesting this level. And by the way, what really got me was this key level. You guys can see at 24.705. Technically, this is a 1-minute resistance level. 1-minute resistance levels don't do anything, or they're very weak. There's nothing, right? This 24.662 and then pre-market high, those were key levels. So I'm like, this has to break. Why is there such a big wall here? Because on every time frame and every technical factor in the market, this level doesn't mean anything. Okay, so that's why I kept on saying, you know what, I'm willing to take the trade before the break. So maybe I could have, after maybe I stopped out twice, maybe I should have waited for a break and retest, which again I didn't. Right, I'm like, you know what, I'm on fire. I'm up almost $15,000 for the week. Let's go ahead and trade. Right, and so that was my mistake. Right, I was going in earlier before true confirmation. I was just going off of 3 confirmations, trading above the VWAP, right? Massive buying pressure to the upside, getting those small retracements. But what were we in? We were in consolidation. And what do I always tell you guys? Consolidation kills traders. What were we in? Consolidation. What happened to me? It killed me, right? And then obviously we got stopped out here. And then the market, what did it do again? We came all the way back up, and I'm like, no way. And that's why, and then again, I went back in again right here, and I'm like, no way, because I was like, if we actually break here and I miss a trade, I'm going to be mad at myself. I got stopped out twice. No way we're going to break a third time, and no way it's going to come back down. Well, guess what happened? Entered again, half size 6 NQs. Again, I entered, said, hey, if we can get back above here, I'll go in full size 12. What happened? Got wicked in. I'm in full 12 NQ contracts. Okay, we come all the way back down here. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep my stop the same. And if I actually, this trade made me break even. This was a break even. The last trade I took today was a break even trade. So I actually didn't lose anything on this last trade. So I was down about 6K. And you guys can see, I'm like, okay, I'll get out if we close below this. So I would have probably lost maybe I would say maybe 10. I would say $8 to $9,000 for the day. But still, I know it sounds like a crap ton of money. I'm still positive green, right? You guys are knowing I'm trading really, really heavy size now. So my numbers should be like a few $100s to maybe $1,000 for how you guys are trading. Okay. So again, we came back down. I almost got stopped out here. I almost did. But again, I don't put hard stops in place. Okay. And then this was when news was about to hit off, right? News is about to come up. We were coming all the way back up. And I added again, guys. I added another 6 on this break. So I was in a total of 18 contracts. Wait, am I doing math right? Yep, 18 contracts. Okay. And then I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I am doing break even, right? So my break even stop was right here. Because again, when you dollar cost average, your position goes up. So my dollar cost average was actually that green line. Okay. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we got this. We got this. And then guess what? This was another 1 minute key level. This line right here is a 1 minute key level, guys. What happened? We came right back into it and we fell back down. And I knew we might have some type of resistance here. I knew that. But I didn't think this level of resistance is going to make the market do this. Boom, boom, back all the way to the downside, right? I was like, you know what? Cool. We might just have a little bit of a lower high. Maybe buyers can step back up at around 24.7, 23. My stop loss is right here. I'm chilling. Let's get that retracement. And I was going to even add another 6 more on there. So it'd probably been up like 24 contracts. My TP would have been right here. I would have been walking away maybe $3,000, $4,000 green, right? That was my game plan. What happened? We came all the way back down, break even stop. I was red $6,000 today. Okay. And that was the game. That's literally what happened this morning. What I want you guys to see why I took the decisions I made, what made me go into the position sizing I went into. And then you'll be like, well, Will, why did you lose? Because, guys, we don't ever have a 100% win rate. No matter how good our strategy is, no matter how good my edge is, no matter how good my risk management is, sometimes the market's just not going to go the way we want it to. So what do we have to do? Walk away. I could have 100% revenge traded, said screw it. I could have took shorts right here. I could have made all my money and some. I could have, right? Because then after we started selling off, we had some decent price action. I even sent to you guys in the Discord, hey guys, volume's picking up, market's moving. Don't get FOMO, right? I'm like, screw it. I'm up $7,000 for the week. Why am I going to trade more, right? I'm actually going to do a withdrawal of about $4,000 for this week. I'll send you guys my bank statement if you guys want to see that. But you guys can see, and I'll probably do that on like maybe next week or something, maybe early Monday or Tuesday, so you guys can see that. And then you guys can see that obviously look at these levels, right? You can see the levels I haven't even moved, see how they are acting, and then we came all the way back up to what? Pre-market highs until literally the last minute of market close, we came all the way back up to pre-market highs at 24,746. Okay, so that's the breakdown of today. Right? You guys know yesterday, the day before that, we were hitting back-to-back green days, back-to-back green trades, right? 3 for 3 some days, 2 for 3 some days, right? We were on a roll. Sometimes we do lose. And that's why I'm kind of glad that I was going to tell you guys later on in the day, guys, I made more trades. I'm up 6,000. I didn't. I want to say do what I say and say what I do. So again, it is completely fine, right, to have red days. Now, if you guys are blowing accounts, saying, okay, because again, this was just really bad PA. There's nothing I can do about it. But if you guys are blowing accounts, right, from just one bad day, there's a problem, right? If you guys lose 70% of your account in one day, that's pretty much me, guys. If I'll put it in perspective. If I lost 70% of my account in one day, I would lose, let me do math real quick. Hold on. I would have lost for the day. Let me do math. Hold on, I'm pulling up my calculator. Times 70%. I would have lost to lose 70% in one day. I would have to lose $77,000. Why are we losing and risking more than 70% of our account in one day? People that blow accounts, or why are we risking 100% of our account in one day? Just to get that into the picture here. When you guys start trading with the 2,000, 1.5, 3,000, $4,000 drawdown, that's all the money you got. Think of it. Imagine you guys put your money into a bank account and you're trading. That's all you got. You got 4 bands, 2 bands, 1.5K bands. Why are we risking $500, $1,000 in one trade? You're risking more than 50%, 70% of your capital of your account. No way you guys are going to be able to stay alive or be able to do this if that's what you guys are doing. Now, I understand it sucks. Did I have a good day? No, it still sucks. Even though I'm green, even though I'm walking away with money in my pocket, it sucks to lose, especially on a Friday, right? And it sucks because you guys lost too. And I hate seeing the team lose. But again, trading is about taking losses. We're never going to be 365 days in every single day. We never lose. We don't. We're going to take losses. It's just part of the game. It's just how can we go into the next day without being too upset about the loss we made and learn from what happened. Now, what mistake did I make today? I did. I made a mistake. I jumped the gun. I should have waited for a break and close, meaning I should have waited for this to break out, come back down, retest it, take longs here at 24/7/21. That's what I should have done. That was my mistake today, right? Because then I would have said, oh, that comes invalidated. We could have probably taken shorts at 24/662. We'd have made some good money today, right? But since it was a Friday, I guess I was a little antsy, big money I made for the week. I'm like, let's just get it. Let's just pop it. Let's just hurry up and hit TP, be done for the day. So I'm going to take that into consideration, and obviously I can get better every single day, but I'm still alive. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Are we all good for the week? Who's green for the week, guys? Are we all green for the week? Hopefully. Hopefully it's just one day doesn't blow out 4 days. If one trading day blows out 4 green days, that's a problem. Okay. So other than that, do we have any questions, any comments, any concerns that you guys want to ask me or Scarlett before I start announcing Trader of the Week? Okay. Any other questions, any comments, or are we good for the week? Obviously I know it sucks that we lost today, but again, you guys saw why I took the loss today, why I took the decisions I made. If you guys agreed with why I went in and you took a loss, I love it. But if you guys lost today and you're like, Will, I don't know why you lost, I hope that kind of clarified why we took a L today in the market. All right. But other than that, I think we're good. Nobody has any questions. I'll let tonight. I'm gonna let Scarlett announce Trader of the Month. I've been doing it every single week. I'm like, you know what? I asked her, I'm like, you want to do it? I'll let you do it this week, this time. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure I'm up for it. So I'm gonna let her announce that trader. So Scarlett, the floor is yours. Go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, so this person has been logging in early in the morning. I'm not sure what time zone they're in, but if they're in Pacific Standard Time, it's 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. Central. They're there with me, setting levels. They're active in the community, consistent, early presence. They have serious commitment. That's what that tells me, right? When you log in early and you're setting levels with me, that's you have serious commitment, and that shows. We recognize that. We do pay attention to who signs on. You guys are valued, and we see you. That's important too. I want you guys to know that we see you, so we recognize those kind of things. Yeah, it's a person that is active in the community, and we appreciate their presence. And Trader of the Month is OT1 $. Congratulations.
Nice job, buddy. Let's do it. So again, you're gonna get 1 month for free in the Discord, and I'm gonna send you $50 to you as well, bro. So nice job. Every single trader in here I love them, and I love all you guys, and you show support, and you guys know that. But nice job, my dude. If you want to come up here and say a few words, you're more than welcome to. If you want to join the stage, it's up to you. I'll let you come up here for a few minutes if you want to come up. But if you don't want to, that's completely fine. I know some people are stage fright, but let me know. Let me know. But yeah, how are we all doing though? Let's go, T. There you go. Later, do you want to come up, bro? Or you good? He's typing. I'm good. All right, that's fine. All right, cool. Anyways, guys, I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of their Friday. Jump on into this weekend, have a good one. I'm not even gonna look at the charts Saturday or Sunday, and then we'll come back Monday and have a good week. After next week, guys, I'm gonna be in Greece, and I might need that to say, man, I'm going to be going in heavy size starting now. Let's see what we can do. And if you guys have any questions, comments before Monday, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I want to make sure every single person in here is doing their best and isn't struggling. So anyways, glad we finished green. Glad we finished another week green. That's how we do it in Stock Seekers. And I'll see every single one of you guys Monday morning. Anyways, peace out, team. Much love, and I'll catch you guys later.
Yay.
Peace.
Happy Friday. Congratulations. Bye.